Hey guys, welcome to Orlando, Florida. This is the bus life. Welcome to our day. We left where we were parked over at the church, and we're at a laundromat. We're going to be doing some laundry here today. And then we're going to be driving to Ocala, Florida, where we're going to be ministering at a church there that contacted us about a month ago and booked us for, ministering at their church. So we're kind of excited to see what's going to happen, and I think they want to hear about the things the Lord has been doing and in our lives and in the kids' lives. And so we're going to go over there and just talk about that and, share our life with them. So that's really what it's about, isn't it? Is sharing your life with others. So when the Lord touched our lives, we then want to go and we want to share that experience with other people, and that's ultimately, I think, what the Lord wants people to do. God touches one person and he says, hey, tell other people about what I've done in your life. And it makes it more personal and not as this kind of like, "Oh, thou that dwelleth in the heavens," religious kind of a feeling to it. We don't want to be like that. We have people constantly knocking on the door of the Good News Bus. "Can I see your bus?" And they ask us, what do you guys do? And, and it opens the door for us to share, like I'm sharing with you right now, what we do. And, telling people about the good news and how the Lord has really changed our lives. And he really has. And we've seen such a change in our kids. You can teach children and you can teach people about God, and they could never experience God. And really, the power of knowing the Lord comes with experiencing Him. And that's what's happened, within the past few months with our kids. And we saw such a change in their lives and a heart change in them. So it's been really neat. So the thing I love about Siri is it takes you on down these roads that you really ought not be on, as you can see, encroached by trees. And it's very exciting sometimes. Siri likes to take you on many of an adventure. We stayed here last night in a Walmart parking lot, of course, our favorite place to stay. And it's pretty early in the morning, and we're getting up and getting ready to go to a church that's I believe it's in like either a national forest or a state park or something. We're gonna make our way there. So let's go.
Small church in Altoona, and we're going to be doing some music, and Isaiah's going to share a little bit, and Shane's going to share, and it's going to be a good time.
I never met these people before, but it's like I know them because, as you all know, or most of you know, Dar and I and our kids traveled around in a bus for several years and made it our home. And somebody said, "You got to check this YouTube channel out. Here's a family who does that." And I did, and I became addicted. And it's like I feel like I know them. I mean, I've watched them in Canada, and I sat and ate my dinner when you were eating in the restaurant up there in the little town in Canada, friends you knew. And then I heard that they were going to be in Orlando, and I thought, oh, they minister. Maybe they'll come to our church. So I invited them to come. And their names are the Good Family, Shane and Julie and all of the kids. I doubt they can remember all of their names. But I'll let them introduce you.
It's kind of a strange circumstance that even brought us to Orlando. We were looking for a bus because the one we have, we've got 7 kids. Julie's got number 8 on the way. So we knew that it was time to, go bigger. But we just love doing this. We love traveling around, meeting people, ministering, and God has just opened so many different doors for different things. And kind of while we were making plans to go look at that bus, a guy I know, he said, hey, I know a guy that lives in Orlando, and maybe he would have a place where you could actually do your new bus conversion.
Minnesota. That's where he's from.
Minnesota. And so, we're like, okay, so, just out of the blue, I kind of call this guy, his name's Garrett, and I said, hey, I know I don't know you and you don't know me, but, my friend David said you might have a place for us to do a bus conversion. And he said, yeah. So we're set up there in Orlando right now and in the midst of this bus conversion, and that's kind of how we've come here. We're very fly by the seat of your pants kind of people. I'm laying down for the joy of the Lord. I hear the sound like water falling. Blessed are those who come. Blessed are those who come.
I had been praying to God that, I knew He was there, I knew He was real, but I've never experienced Him. And for a long time I'd been praying, God, I want to experience You. Where are You? I really want to know You. And a few months later, we watched this video. It's about this guy that goes around healing the sick, preaching the gospel, all that stuff. It was a really cool video. I felt this burning in my heart and inside of me, and I'm like, oh, what is this? It was a pretty weird feeling. And but it was cool. We all started just crying. We were praying, and we each got convicted of different things. I actually had one of my favorite movies. I actually threw that out because there was some stuff in it that we would always fast forward, but still, I don't think God wanted me to have that. So I threw it out. That was my favorite movie, but I didn't care. I didn't want to separate anything from me and God. So I threw that out, and a few months later, we went into Barnes & Noble and saw a group of boys, so we decided to go up there and ask them if they needed healing for anything or prayer. And we asked, hey guys, we're out praying for people. Do you have any problems with you guys? Any pain or anything? And one boy was like, yeah, I've got this issue with my hip and stuff. And I'm like, well, can I pray for you? And he said, yeah, sure. And I commanded the pain to leave in the name of Jesus, and he was instantly healed. And he's like, oh my goodness, what'd you do to me? And he told all his friends, he's like, look at this. And they said, hey, actually, can you pray for my leg? I've got problems. 2 other boys said that. I prayed for them. They each got healed. It was so neat, and they were all excited. That kind of opened a door for us. They were to share the gospel. They were like, what do you got to say? What's all this? And we told them this is Jesus, kind of shared the gospel a little bit with them. But see, before I really became a Christian, I was always afraid, what if I die one day? Where am I going to go? Will I go to hell or something? I was always afraid of that. That like scared me. And really, after I was saved and had an experience with Jesus that was so awesome, I wasn't afraid. Like, that just all left. And I knew Jesus was with me, and it was neat. There's this one scripture in Acts 1:8. Says right here, "You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, and you will be my witnesses, telling people about me everywhere in Jerusalem, throughout Judea, in Samaria, and to the ends of the earth." So the Bible actually Jesus commands us to go out and heal the sick, preach the gospel. I recognized that I wasn't doing that. And so I kind of trained myself like to feel comfortable with doing it. It took some practice, but I got slowly better at it, and I saw God doing things in my life that was amazing.